Stop! Police!
Oh, shit.
We have a potential 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here!
Hey, what's up? This is Community Service with Craig Conant. That's me. Are we rolling?
Yes.
Hello. Hey, dude. Today, wait.
It's episode 100.
Oh, yes. Keep it all in. Welcome to 100 episodes of Community Service with Craig Conant. That's me. Hey, mother, I got some good news. Sorry I called you mother. November 5th, Texas. I'm coming to you. Texas, November 5th. I am performing at the venue called Vulcan Gas Company. Isn't that appropriate? On 6th Street in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. And let's sell this bitch out. It's Ali Macofsky, my guest, is coming with me. I think she has to check her and yeah, that's dope. I'm coming to Texas. I'm finally coming. Austin, it's just a one-nighter, so get your babysitter, whatever you got to do. It isn't a full weekend of shows. It's not 6 shows in a traditional Thursday to Sunday type of shit. It's a one-nighter, one show. Get your booty over there. I'm going to tell my jokes. And then what else am I supposed to do up top? Thank new Patreon members. I don't think we have any. Nope. So let's work on that. Thank the OG Patreon people. What else?
Utah show?
Oh yeah, Utah. That's not public. That's a private show.
Oh, that's what I was asking about. Yeah, okay.
Oh man, these intros aren't good.
Great. Just introduce the guest at this point.
No. I quit, man. Today's guest is Ali Macofsky, very, very funny comic. She's also sober, and she just did fucking Joe Rogan, and that is so dope. That is so dope. And yeah, she's a very funny comic. Look her up. Check her out on this episode coming up right now. Look at this. I got the thing.
Ooh, with the new mics.
Ooh-wee.
Wow. I can taste the difference.
I am
so envious. I just
I'm rich.
I just got a credit card, and so I told my producer, I said, "Hey buddy, I'm trying to build some credit. There's a business write-off.
It's true.
I'm going to get the nice mics."
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
I was like, "I'm going to get the nice mics. I'm going to copy Craig."
Oh, yeah, that works.
I don't know.
I tried to hide the cords.
Okay. Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh, shit. All right, maybe you got to let him out. Hey, man.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Everybody. We got Ali fucking Macofsky. We go right into it. We'll get back to it. Tell your dude it's a business expense. I just make him pay for everything.
Well, see, but that's also what my podcast producer wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna get all the equipment. It's just gonna take some time till I get this credit card in the mail, and then I'll get it all, write it off, and then pay it off, build my credit, have some banging audio for the pod. And then he was like, I'll just get it now. Like, why do we need to wait? I'll get it now. And I'm like, no, I need to.
I feel guilty.
I know, I feel guilty too.
They're just happy. Well, because we're growing and blowing up, baby. It's cool.
It is cool.
And I am greatly appreciative. And yeah, you bought the original mics, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And the headphones and the Zoom.
Damn. Yeah, my producer bought the Zoom too.
He got everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I was like,
I had the Zoom.
No, and
well, he had the Zoom. Okay,
and I told my guy Anthony, I was like, I'll Venmo you for the Zoom, and he's like, don't even worry about it. And I'm like, should I not worry about it?
Oh, I met your guy. He was at the rooftop show, right?
He was at the rooftop show.
Yeah, that guy's cool as shit.
How's the audio, Chris?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, how am I doing?
Perfect.
I okay. Yeah, man.
Should I take my shoes off?
No, it don't matter.
I'm going to.
You can.
Look at, I just got my first pair of Dunks.
I always want to rock like dope shoes like that, but I have a size 12 foot and I'm not 6'3", so I just feel like an asshole in them. I feel like I know no one gives a fuck, but I'm living my head. I go, I have canoes for feet.
Yeah.
Well, my sisters used to call me canoe. That's what they called me. 'Cause
Siblings, whatever siblings say to you as a child will stay with you forever and
Forever.
mess you up.
it fucks you up.
There's
man.
no getting out of it. Like, I remember when I was younger, my sisters used to call me a lesbian all the time. And, like, no one in my family, like no one's, like, against anything gay. But the way that they said it to me felt like it was bad and wrong. And so I was like, I am not a lesbian. But because I was so afraid of them calling me a lesbian, I was, like, doing the most gay shit. Like, I
Yeah.
shaved off my sideburns because they're like, that's gay. And then it was, like, legitimately, like, only bulldog lesbians shave
Yeah.
their sideburns. And so now I'm, like, inadvertently becoming gay through fear
Yeah.
of being called
Yeah.
gay. And now I've done some gay stuff as an adult, and
It's okay.
and now I'm like, you guys fulfilled a prophecy.
You
made me this way.
You made me eat this puss.
Yeah, I'm like, this is for Brittany and Courtney. Ah.
Oh yeah, ma, I'll show you.
Yeah, would a gay person eat out a girl?
yeah, they
And
would.
I did, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It happens. It's okay.
And but it has stuck with me all this time.
I will never buy white shoes. I will never. They have to like. Now I just came to the conclusion. I just buy Vans old school, just the one with the stripe on the side,
Yeah, you stick to it.
black and blue.
You stick
That's
to it.
it. I can't. Because I always try out other shoes. I have them for a year or two, wear them twice, and donate them every
Yeah.
fucking time. Even Vans high tops. I'm weird. Like, it's got to be low tops.
You have a uniform.
I do.
You have
And
a
I feel
uniform.
fucking weird if
No.
I'm not in it.
But here's the thing. I think that that's great. It's like the Steve Jobs method, you know? It's like you just know what you like and you wear it. And I think that that cuts out a lot of problems because I have like constant identity crises, you know?
Yeah.
Hence the hair always being something different because I'm like, am I the girl with the crazy hair? Am I the high tops? Am I the dunks? Like what am I doing?
But that can be fun too.
It
But I
is
know what
fun.
you mean. Like, I'll stress out on like, ooh, which flannel? Like, I have a wedding flannel. You know,
Oh,
like,
wow.
what a lunatic.
That's some Torrance shit right
I have
there.
yeah. I don't know if that's Torrance or,
It's like
or the
South
Mexican
Bay.
side. Of
No,
me.
it's definitely
It's a
South
little
Bay
bit
because
of
there's
both,
white
though.
fools out here who have like
Yeah.
the flannels. Like I grew up with those kids who also wear the Vans low tops.
It's South Bay and it's my Mexican side because my uncles would wear like Pendletons to
Yeah.
funerals. So it's both. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, and my both sides. Like my dad's white as fuck and he always wore flannels fishing.
Yeah.
And then my Mexican side always wear like the pimpin' Pendletons to weddings and quinceañeras and funerals and shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like,
Can I vape in here?
Yeah, I don't give
Okay,
a fuck.
I just wanted to check.
You can
It's a
smoke
new
cigarette.
place. I just
maybe
wanted-
not a
yeah,
cigarette,
no.
but weed. I don't even give a fuck. Well, you're sober.
Sure.
Whoops, I don't know if that's public. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I talk about it.
Fine. Oh, it's coffee, man. Yeah, I'm fucking 7 years sober. I'm ready, man. I'm fucking over it.
No.
No, I'm fine. Life's good, but it's still hard.
Of course. I mean, that's
fuck?
the thing. So many people will be like, "That's crazy that you're sober. I could never do that." And it's like, yeah. Do you think I thought that I could ever do? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone ever gets sober and is like, "I can do this for sure."
No.
For a long time. Like when I got sober, I was like, I'm just gonna do this until I kind of like get a grip on my life, and then I'll just start drinking.
That's what
normally.
I said. I was like, let me just get this manageable. Life ain't so good right now. And then you realize you're like, oh, my life's better and cleaner in every way,
But
shape, and form.
But it takes a while for that to happen because I know
Takes
a
like
lot
2
of
years.
people who try. Yeah, I guess it's different for everyone, but I know some people who try and get sober and then they're like, I mean, even for me, like when I first got sober, I'm like, my life is still, like, I still don't have a car because I crashed it in a blackout. Like, my parents are still worried about me. And I thought that if I just stopped drinking, everything would
many years you
be
got?
fine. I'm gonna have 5 years sober on November 1st.
That's awesome.
Which is insane.
Yeah, you're screwing the pooch, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all a process. Everything's fucking. I just leveled up, and I mean, like in my head, I'm like, but you did good, kid. You know, and I'm just like, I don't know, I fucked up. You know.
Yeah. But that's how a lot of people feel regardless of whether they're sober. I was just talking to my sister, and both of my sisters were like having one of those like, Sunday scaries, but on Monday. And they were
Wait, what are Sunday scaries?
You don't know about Sunday scaries?
The fuck are Sunday scaries?
So Sunday scaries are like when you've had a crazy week and you're like partying over the weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday comes around and you realize you have to like go back to like your 9 to 5 on Monday, and you're just like, what did I do? It's like the hot steamy shower where you're like, maybe if the water's hot enough, like I'll be a better person. Like the Sunday scaries.
Yeah, I call that the Vegas herp. No, I don't know. I don't know what I call it, but yeah, I remember that. Like Sunday, you're just like the bar feeling of going back to
when
work.
Reality settles
like,
in and you're like,
oh, fuck.
Yeah. So they were having that. They were both on the same frequency yesterday. But yeah, I was just talking to my sister today. I'm like, how are you doing? And it's like, people, there's moments where you just live in your head for a little bit.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I remember one time I was having like a really crazy time in my head. This was like maybe a year ago or something. I mean, not that this was the only time, but this was just a specific memory I have where I was like just spiraling in my head. I'm like, everyone hates me. I'm not funny. I'm not even cool. Like, everything just sucks. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm a piece of shit. Just, like, going on this negative, like, laugh track of, like, all the worst things about me and, like, what people think of me. And I'm, like, it was one of those things where I'm, like, looking in the mirror, like, you suck.
Yeah.
You're a loser. Whatever. And then I was like looking at myself and I'm like, no one has ever said this to your face. Like, there's no evidence to prove that anything you're saying to yourself is real. And I was like, whoa.
No,
I am having a full-blown out-of-body experience right now.
And the reality is the exact opposite. You are hilarious. You are getting booked all the time. You just did fucking Rogan, which is
this was pre-Rogan.
I know,
pod.
but still, like, you could even do something like that and then still be in your head.
Of course.
Like, I do it all the time where I'm just like, fuck. I like to do is talk about farts, and I tell stories, which is dope, but I'm like, I want jokes, like fucking Sam Morril or Mark Norman, but that's kind of not me, but you always want, like, I've talked to people like Brian Simpson, who's going with us to Utah, where I was like, damn, I wish I could write jokes with you. And he's like, it's so funny you say that because I wish I could tell stories like you.
Yes.
And we always want what we don't fucking have.
Yeah. And that's what I was about to say. I'm like, then you talk to those people and you're friends with those people and you realize we all are on this same journey.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not a comedian, like, everyone like, we're all humans. We all have this same shared experience. And so it's like, whenever I get so caught up in my head, I'm like, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And I just booked you for Utah, and part of me thought this is the first. I talked about it briefly on the Patreon, which comes out after this, so I fucked up. Anyways, Patreon's supposed to get it first, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. But I thought, like, who's guaranteed to kill? Because this is the first one ever, and I want it to go really well, and I want it to keep going so I could keep hooking up all the homies, paid gigs, and kind of a free vacation. It's anyways, and then I was like, you. So there it is.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, there's a short list of people that can kill, and they're just easy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we could go on a bus together, and it's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, this not guys too, not just just fucking divas where it's like, oh, you're just problematic.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't know what to expect out of you. Like,
I was just talking to my friends about this last night. We were talking, they started working with someone who's like helping them out with stuff that they're doing, and this dude's like interning for them, like not getting paid, and they really want to work with him because this dude is like great at what he does, but he keeps being like kind of difficult to be around and like kind of demanding, and it's like we wanted you to help and you wanted to help us, but like
Yeah.
I feel like so much of anything you do is like also it's like of course you want someone on the show who's like funny and like, you know, is a great comedian and someone who like is gonna make people want to come back and see
Of
the
course.
shows, but also so much of it is just like being a chill person who's like easy to be around and fun to hang out with.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just go with the flow, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that don't, and you're just like, you want to book them. You're like, I don't know, you know, like if it's just a gig, you know, just like, oh, you drive an hour, you do the gig, you drive home. But this is a bus there, you stay the night, you bus home.
Yeah.
It's not just that simple. It's like, who's gonna go with the flow and be happy no matter what,
Yeah.
you know, and not a bitter fucking beer face.
I bring this up often, but right before COVID, at the very beginning of the year, I went on a rave cruise and I performed on it.
Yeah.
I did stand-up comedy on a rave cruise, and before I'm like, I'm not really into that scene. Like the people who I know who are into that scene are not people I would want to be on a cruise ship with for 5 days.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I was just like, this is gonna be this could be a nightmare. Like maybe it could be like a great time, but this could definitely be a nightmare. And when I got the gig, I was like, I need to be able to bring a friend. Like that's the one thing I need.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't know if we can do that. And luckily, like a month before the trip, I was like, I really need this. I
Yeah.
need to have a friend with me.
We were probably like, we could share a room. It's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so they were like, okay, we're able to make it work. And so I'm like, who can I bring? Who's going to be the best person, whether this is like a great time or an awful time? And it's my friend Russian Danny. And we ended up having the best time in the whole world. But
Yeah.
he's one of those dudes where it's like whenever I'm going into a situation where I'm like, I don't know what this is going to be like, I always bring him.
Oh,
'cause
you just
he's-
need one. That's all
need that one person.
That's all you need. Because then even if it is a shit show nightmare, you just sit back and make fun of it. You're
Yeah.
like, ah,
Yeah.
look at those Molly tards over there. Fucking yeah, light show. You guys
crazy.
grow up. Grow up. I've done that.
I'm bummed I never took advantage of like the like Molly rave.
Raves suck.
Yeah, but like
I mean, I get it. You're on Molly, anything's fun, but fuck that, dude. Like, I was just more dive bar.
yeah. I
dirty.
only did Molly like in college at like weird like pool parties and house parties. And so it's like, yeah, it's fun because you're on Molly, but it would have been fun to like be somewhere where like, I don't know, at a rave.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I mean, Coachella's not really a rave; it's
No.
a festival. But like, that was some of the best shit. It's just a little bit of mushrooms, a little bit of Molly, a little bit of Adderall, a little Vicodin weed, beer. Oh man,
Oh my
I remember
God.
just dancing and being that one with the earth, and I was like, I love you. I love dirt.
I remember bringing Molly to Coachella, and I did it, and I didn't feel like it was working, and I was like on the phone with my dad, and my sisters were over at his place, and I'm on speaker, and I'm like, yeah, like I just did Molly, but I don't think it's working, and like I don't know, like it's fun, I'm having a good time, but like yeah, I'm not really like on drugs or anything. Like I did the Molly, but it's not working, but like, you know, I'm gonna go see this band, blah blah blah. My sister interrupts me, she's like, Allie, I think the Molly is working, you haven't stopped talking for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm like, but it's not working the way that I want it to. Like, I'm glad I can have a long conversation with you, but I want to be like naked dancing.
Yeah. It's different effects on different people, and it's always those people like that try coke and like it's not working. You're like, fool, it's 5 a.m. and you're telling me how you were on honor roll in 4th grade. Like it's fucking working,
Yeah.
bro. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
like,
insidious.
why do I have a little white crud on the side of my mouth?
I
Lick your lips, bro.
I
Drink
hate
some
that.
fucking water, dude.
yeah. I feel like Coachella, I don't know, for me was a better experience when I was sober. I had more fun. I was more cognizant. Uh-oh.
Whoopsie, nobody saw that. Yeah, you told me that, and then I was like, fuck, maybe I'll give it a go again. Because I went 7 years in a row, and I was twacked out of my fucking skull. I did it at I slept in the dirt. I slept in a tent. I slept in the back of my pickup. I slept at like a resort. Like, I mean, like, I snuck in 3 days in a row one time. I think I've said this, but I brought like went to the 99-cent store. I was like, I'm gonna bring wire cutters. I'm gonna cut the fence. I fucking brought them. I just hurt my hand because they were cheap 99-cent wire cutters. They didn't work at all. And then I just threw them down and hopped the fence. And I was like, what am I doing?
That must have been a while ago.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's definitely a lot harder to...
It's actually the easiest it's ever been, let me tell you. This is a life hack. So, 2 people buy tickets.
Yeah.
And then you got to sneak them in, hide them under luggage or whatever, because, they check the cars. But 2 people go in, you put it on loose. One person stays, one person comes out with the person's wristband, and you sneak in your friends one by one. I've snuck in like a dozen people.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because there's ins and outs now.
Yeah.
They didn't used to allow ins and outs. It was so, I don't even remember it changed so much, but before it was only one weekend, and you could just buy a ticket to a day.
Yeah.
So you could go Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Mm-hmm. Now it's 2 weekends, and it's a 3-day pass only. But yeah, you just put one on loose. Yeah.
That's great.
One
time I went, my friend gave me like a VIP pass, and I had to work. I was able to go on Friday, and then I couldn't go on Saturday and Sunday. And so I just got to like sell the VIP pass on my way out. And I was like, am I an entrepreneur? I was like, this is a business.
You can make so much money.
I'm self-employed.
That's why they fucking battle the bots, because the people who are computer hackers just hire bots and buy
it's crazy
1,000 tickets, and then just because it sells out like that, and then they just resell them for 500% profit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember all the scalpers. I like the old school scalpers, just outside the Dodger Stadium, outside, the Forum when I was a kid. Just fucking, that shit was fire, man.
I like the t-shirt people outside.
They always sell the cheapest, best shit.
I love the cheap, like you wash it once and it's like completely faded.
Yeah.
I love those shirts.
I do too. They're the inspiration of
that was
why.
A good one. That sounded like a soundboard burp.
It did.
Yeah.
That was so
did.
like it was like ventriloquism. Like your mouth didn't even move. It just like came out so streamlined. That was crazy. That was very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try. I'm not good at. I can't really burp on command, but I feel one coming, and I get excited to burp because I'm not good at it. It doesn't happen often.
Those throw up burps where you're like,
Yeah.
the worst. They
The
just
little
sound.
gurgle.
Yeah, dude. Those shitty shirts that I do actually love. I love them because of the price. They're always, you walk away and then they go from 25 to 15 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
But they inspired me to print on quality T-shirts. Don't I owe you a shirt? Was that you? You could have one. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I have a bunch of friends I gotta give shit to. Anyways,
I like making shirts.
it's the shit. How's your merch going?
It's good. I mean, so I made limited t-shirts because
That's the way to do it, man.
Well, part of me thinks it was a good idea. Part of me wishes I hadn't. I don't know what the better option was, but it was my first time making t-shirts and selling shirts. And I was like, I don't know how many people are actually going to buy shirts, but I'll make a limited amount and see how they do. And then going forward, I'll know how many to make or if I need to do like print to order or whatever. And so I just made like 100. I ended up only releasing like 73 or something.
That's awesome, though.
And then...
Because as soon as the road opened up, you sell them live.
Well, but then I was planning on releasing them on Monday. I found out I was doing Rogan that weekend, and I was like, I should have made more shirts.
Oh, yeah, you should have. You can make them real quick.
They sold out in like 2 days.
You make more.
Well, that's the other thing is my friend just like helped me. My friend,
I got a guy in Torrance.
I know.
It's a whole warehouse. Green Coast. You know what's up.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this, so I just like hit up my friend who has his company's Born and Raised, and so I was like, "What do I do?" And he's like, "I'll just handle it. You can go to my guy." But because it's through like him, it takes so long to get the shirts because it's not
These
like
are
the
ready
top
in like
priority.
3 days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't you hit me up? I actually love helping because I've been through so much. I've been through like 6 t-shirt guys and learned so much. Just buy local and pick it up. So I was buying, yeah.
That was deep. That was like
That
from
was
the
a good
bottom
one.
of my stomach.
I was buying out of state and they ship it to you. It's like $70. It's heavy as fuck. I'm like, what am I doing? You're just adding to the cost. Anyways, yeah, I got 2 people that I love these guys. I actually was very happy with this dude in Long Beach, but then I know this guy. I grew up with him, and that's why I switched. So
Yeah.
I got 2 super reliable people.
And I also, because I'm going to be getting more shirts. I don't know whenever this dude hits me back up. But I want to keep making stuff. But I want to make, like, good shirts. Like, shirts that people would wear, like, just all the time.
No, that's why, like the Loosey Goosey, they know what it is. I don't know if you've seen it. But it's just... It's from a viral bit, but it's like Hang 10, you know? It's
Yeah.
like loosey goosey. It's my handwriting.
Yeah.
But like he could wear it to the movies and it's not my face. It's not
Exactly.
aggressive.
And
you know, I'm not fucking Bill Murray. He's wearing a Bill Murray shirt. That you want to rock.
Yeah.
Like my face, maybe. Mr. Cat, chill out, homeboy.
Mr. Cat is so needy right now. Mr. Kitty.
And then, but yeah, just have two shirts at our level. One like staple, like one of your face for the road always, and then one a limited edition.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm still figuring out how I want to go about the whole
I'll tell you all that shit
merch thing, but
because it's been like a 2-year trial and error.
yeah,
Dude, merch allowed me to move to the beach.
it's so
Merch
nice.
is where it's at, man. And sales have slowed down, and I'm scared.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. There's no need to fret.
That's when you almost moved in my old apartment.
I did almost move in.
Why did you turn that down?
I wanted to move in so bad, but the no sink really deterred me.
I was about to say, no kitchen fucking sucks. I was
Yeah.
honest. Like, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
But that location is stupid.
It's
nice.
great. It's
Yeah.
great. Here's the thing. I've lived in my same spot since the day I got sober. So it's been almost 5 years in the same house. And I love the house. And it's in East Hollywood. And I like being like not in West Hollywood. I like not being in like Echo Park, Silver Lake. Like I like being in the middle where it's not like super gentrified. It's just like the cut, you know? It's like
Yeah.
families and like weird like hood gang shit. And it's just like a nice little combination of everything. And I'm right in the middle of where I need to be, I feel like. And my rent is so cheap. And I have my own bathroom, I have parking, laundry. Like, it's a real legitimate house. The only problem is
have
that I have
roommates.
too many roommates.
How many roommates?
I have 3 roommates.
Yeah, man, that's too much.
That's
I don't
the
give
one
a fuck.
thing that I'm like, that's the only setback.
I haven't had roommates in 8 years. Well, now I have one, but I get to touch her booty. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
different.
nice. That's a perk, yeah.
But yeah, I once I did no roommates. I did studio with kitchen for a year, and then I did studio with no kitchen for 7, 8 years. I don't even know, a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't. It's too many. I got along with my roommates. I never had a bad roommate, and I still am like, I don't want you to know what I'm doing.
I like having, like, I would like to move into a place where I have like one roommate. Like, I like having, like, I'm not at the place where I'm like, I need to be alone. Like, it would be nice. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
You say that until you try it, because I'm Mexican, man. I got, now that I have my immediate family, but I have 2 sisters, but like we always go to Oscar's house. There's 50 kids. You know, we never were alone. Never.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know what it'd be like. And then the first roommate I had, we had different shifts. So I worked nights, she worked days. And then so we like actually missed each other because we'd see each other like once a week, you know? Or anyways, it's nice to be alone.
I don't know. I like knowing that there's someone else at the house in case I'm like not around, like you know, I don't know. Like, it's nice just having someone there. Like, not that I'm going to like kick it with them, but just, I don't know. I like having someone there.
Yeah.
But with 3 roommates, especially now with COVID, like one of my roommates is tripping about it. And I'm like, I don't know, not
That would be so annoying.
it's just hard when you're on different pages about stuff like that because then it just causes
drama. Yeah.
problems that like I'm just like I know people who are very in the middle of drama who are like I no drama free, and then they're like the most dramatic person.
Always.
I
Always.
I truly am like not about drama, and I try and have the least amount of conflict possible, and so when you have 3 roommates, there's likely to be at least some drama.
Oh, there's going to be drama.
So it's frustrating, but it's just hard. It's hard for me to justify moving somewhere that's more expensive right now. Especially because things are slow, so it's like, do I want to pay
but
more
you
money?
just got Rogan, man. You make that merch, you move up. You move up, baby. Use that heat.
Yeah.
Use that shit. No, I get it, and it's all right. We hooked up Darius Bennett, another extremely funny comic.
He's great. I'm glad that
Yeah.
you got the place.
But I just wanted to keep it in the family, you know?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
goal is to kick some roommates out and then just
Take over.
take over.
That's his plan.
Yeah. Because the house, like, total, I mean, the whole place, if, you know, it would be, if I say I wanted to live alone in this house, it's only $3,000 a month
Yeah.
for a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house.
You have a
That's
podcast
crazy.
studio.
If I had the
office.
money, I would 100%
Yeah.
do that.
That's why I was telling everyone to move to the beach. I'm like, guys,
Now's the time.
it's $2,400 for a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
That's $1,200 a room, and you're 1 block from the fucking ocean. Remember that shit? Nobody goes anymore. Well, they are now.
I go.
But yeah, it's just like, dude, I have an ocean view. You saw it.
I saw it.
From my fucking living room. Did you ever think I would have that? No, man.
So
I mean,
nice.
later, like, I always had big dreams, but I was like, that'll be later. I'm too emotional right now.
Yeah. But I also think, like, if I were to move or whatever, like, it's always that thing of, like, I think it's the same with starting comedy or doing anything that's scary or, like, you know, you're not sure if it's going to work. It's like, if you just...
It always works out.
Yeah, if I just, like, do it, it's going to be fun. Like, it's going to work out.
Every famous fuck I ever heard their speech is like, you got to take the leap with no net. And you know my story. I was too big of a pussy to do it on my own, so God got me fired. And then it was on. And now I live by the beach slinging stickers, motherfuckers. Yeah. And that's the truth. You got to take that leap, whatever, whether you fucking make pots or, you know, I like ceramics, and I've been looking at flower pots, but, you know.
Do you ever throw?
No, I did in high school, but
Yeah.
not since then.
Yeah.
I really want to take a class. It's so fun.
You should, or just find. I'm sure there's some fool who listens to this who's a ceramic artist.
Yeah.
That you could just pop over to their shop and make some bowls.
Yeah, my buddy Chris Magoni was really good at it, and I actually eat cereal out of a bowl he made me all the time.
Yeah.
Like yesterday. It's like fucking Jesus Christ. It's 20 years old. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm getting old. We were 16, 17, 19 years
Yeah.
old.
When I did that in high school, it just never, like, it was fun to do, but it wasn't like, whoa.
Yeah, now I didn't want to get dirty because you're like, fuck, I got to go to all my other classes and
Yeah.
I'm just covered. Now I'm like, get me dirty.
Yeah.
I'm going to rub that mud on me like
Is that what you did in
Patrick
high school?
Swayze.
Is that what your, like, thing was?
Elective.
Your
what-
elective?
that's what it's called,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
What sport did you do?
I did baseball.
Really?
I was actually really good at baseball, but I quit for pot and
Yeah.
alcohol.
That happens.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, you could be varsity, but you have to run a mile a day and do push-ups and sit-ups. I'm like, I'm just going to smoke this bong over here.
Yeah.
I called it Blue Moon because it was blue.
That's how you know you're, like, a young, dumb, like, high school stoners when you
idiot.
name your bongs
Yeah.
and, like, your weed possessions.
That's Senior Frog over there.
Yeah.
He's got a little frog on it.
Yeah. I did dance all 4 years, and then I did swim for 1 year, and initially they all thought that I was really bad at swim because they weren't putting me in the right, like, meets. Like, they would have me, like, swim, like a style that I wasn't good at, so they always had, like, at the swim meets, they would have one lane that didn't even count for the competition. It was pretty much just, like, the
The slow lane.
It was like the
Good try. Keep
the
going.
medal for participation.
Don't
lane.
drown.
Yeah. And then they realized that I was actually really good at this one. It was like the 100 IM freestyle medley or something. And I was really good at that. But then they had me do 400 freestyle, which is like you're just going back and forth in this like Olympic pool, which is so far. And my parents came out and they were so excited to watch me, and I jumped in and I just knew that it wasn't going to go well, so I pretended something was wrong with my goggles and I just doggy swam back.
I love it.
It was so bad. And then what else did I do? I think that was it. I wasn't like athletic.
Also, that's a lesson. Play your strengths, man. Triple down on that shit.
Yeah.
You don't see me doing Shakespeare over here. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You're good at what you're good at. Fucking double down.
Swim was fun though, because you got to swim before school, and so I would get to school early. I would swim. I would like shower at school and then go to class, and I felt like Dan Bilzerian. I was like, yeah, I got all this.
I did surf class.
Oh.
We had surf class at West High, and it was the best. It was only 2 or 3 times a week, and you get to miss first period. Like it counted, so only 2, I think it was 2, you get to wake up a little early, but you go to the beach.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have to go out always. If the waves were shitty, you just run a lap. And then if the waves are good, you went out. And then you get to show up at school at like 10 a.m. when everyone...
I just shredded.
Yeah. Loosey-goosey, bro. And then, it was awesome. And that's such a Southern California thing.
Totally.
Surf class. I had surf class.
I remember for the swim like team initiation, like for everyone who made the swim team, we played dodgeball, but we used water polo balls, and which isn't good because those are big. They're like weighted balls. Yeah. You know, it's not like fun bouncy balls. One of them hit me in the face on my nose. I have like this crooked nose now. And I was just gushing blood, and I wasn't even that good at the swim team, so I'm like, why did I do this? It wasn't worth it.
You just not show up for initiation. I don't remember too much initiation. I remember this one kid, the varsity pinned him down and shoved a broomstick in his ass. And that sounds bad, but it made the newspaper, and everyone called them broomstick after that.
Damn.
I guess that's pretty brutal.
That is brutal. I wonder if he's like triggered by like housekeepers and stuff. He like can't pass a janitor's closet without clenching his butt cheeks.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think that was football. I didn't play football. I was too tiny. But yeah. I don't think it penetrated, but it made the paper.
Yeah, that's big. Oh, Mr. Cat's not allowed on the couch. Right?
He is, yeah.
Come here.
Come on, get in the shot, Mr. Cat.
Come here.
Get up there.
I never know like how to respond to cats. Because they don't like they don't give you any like they don't give you like cues like you're doing the right thing. So I'm like, do you like me? I don't like it.
Mr. Cat, get over here.
I feel so like needy when I'm around cats. I'm like, do you like me?
Yeah, get in this shot.
Yeah, like I don't know how to pick them up and hold them. I don't know what they like. I'm so inclined to pet their stomach, and then they just start
like
kicking
it right
you.
Here.
They're like,
right here.
Don't touch my stomach.
They like this spot. Oh,
have you seen the videos on TikTok where people wet their toothbrush and rub it on their head because it makes them feel like it's their mom, like they're like a little baby?
I haven't.
Can we try it? Do you have a wet toothbrush?
I mean, the one I brush.
You gotta
my teeth.
try it later.
Maybe we'll go buy a 99-cent store.
They like really love it. It like soothes them. They like go crazy for it. Wow. Oh my god, this is so frightening. Kiss me.
Oh, nice. Look at this guy. He's Mr. Cat. You're just awesome.
Hi.
Oh, I got a kitten. He's in the other room. We have to keep him separated. So, forgot her name, but some Mrs. Cat. Miss Cat. It's a kitten.
Yeah, cats stress me out. I want to get a dog.
Dogs stress me out. You always have to walk them.
I know, but
you
I
can
think
leave
that's
these alone
good.
for 3 days.
I know, but I think I need something that's more like attentive.
I was a dog person my whole life, and I actually was like, fuck cats. And then I got this fool. Look at that.
You do have a cool cat.
They're just the shit. Just because, like, I love dogs, but like having to walk them 3, 4, 5 times a day. It's cool now in a pandemic living where I live, but when shit gets busy, I've seen it with other comics, like, oh, I gotta go home. I've been here too long. You're just
But
like,
I also think comics like that because it gives them an out.
it does it gives you an out.
Come here, meow 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 meow. I feel like Steve Irwin.
Oh
R.I.P.
man, he was the dude. I watched that fool in middle school, and there'd be like an 18-foot world record alligator. He's like, I'm gonna jump on his back, and then he would, and you're like, you're a fucking lunatic. You're a lunatic. And then of course his like thumb gets dislocated or broken. He's like, oh, he broke me thumb, and then he's like, I'm gonna pop it back, and then he goes pop. And it's all on camera, and you just see his thumb down here and then back there, and you're just like, what are you?
He was like the Bob Ross of animals because he would be in like the craziest situations, but be like, isn't it so beautiful how the alligator dislocated my thumb? The power of the alligator is so beautiful. It's majestic. And it's like, bro, your thumb is hanging.
Yeah. You're like, go to the hospital, sir. Yeah, always. He's like, this is the most deadliest snake in the world. 1 ounce of venom and I go paralyzed and I'm dead. We're 300 miles from the nearest hospital. Let's pick it up. And then he'll like drop it, and you're like, what are you doing, man? Oh, it was the Steve Irwin. Rest in peace. You were the shit.
I'm obsessed with his family.
Didn't his daughter star in a movie like Flipper or something?
Maybe, but she used to have, when I was younger, she had a show called like Bindi the Jungle Girl. Bindi the Jungle Girl. Bindi. It was great music, great intro music, but I was
older.
obsessed
I didn't
with
have
it.
that.
Yeah, there were so many weird shows when I was younger that I like got invested in. There was some like British horseback riding show that I wish I knew the name of, but I was like so invested in it. It was like a drama about these like equestrians who lived at this ranch, and I think they were like British or Australian, and I was like a horse girl for some reason at that point.
Horses are fucking, my dad loves the pony. Well, he loves gambling on them. He studies them, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
I just pick whichever one has the coolest name.
This horse runs good on turf. That's a good bet, but he's good at it. He's always made money at it. It's crazy.
It's weird to be like good at such like a niche like.
Well, back in the day, that was a thing. He's from back east. He's from Boston. He actually moved to Palos Verdes in the 60s. He actually lived on this street in the 60s. It's crazy. And yeah, he back then, like, that's what you did. You went and you bet on the ponies. Now it's like a dying breed. I don't feel like it's as rampant. It's a rich people shit too.
But it's also like poor people.
Yeah, because I was like, we used to go, as a kid, I used to go to Hollywood Park in Inglewood all the time and just be like, this doesn't seem like a place I should be hanging out.
I grew up near the Wiener Dog race in Orange County.
Is that Wiener Dog? Isn't that
they have that like Wiener Dog
Santa's Little Helper?
I don't know.
It's not called Wiener Dog. Is there a Wiener Dog?
There's a
Did I say Drog?
Yeah.
I did. Damn it.
Where is it? It's like in Los Al. They have Wiener Dog races.
I'm sorry, but those Santa's Little Helper dogs, those fast ones. Greyhounds. Those are the ugliest dogs I've ever seen.
I'm not into them.
They're so ugly. I want a meaty dog. I want a Labrador, a golden retriever. I don't want to see the dog's rib cage. I don't want no fucking anorexic model dog. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, they look ill.
The fuck is that? This is my dog with cancer. That's too dark. Too dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They just look.
I like cute dogs, like medium sized. I used to have a dog named Sandy. She was so cute. We found her at the beach. And we're at the beach. I was with my dad and my sister, or I think it was just me and my dad. And there were two dogs. There was this like ugly Chihuahua dog that was like super annoying and barked all the time. And then there was Sandy, this like terrier mix, just like a white Maltese.
And you left the Chihuahua?
Well, so I was just petting Sandy. I was like,
I would.
I was just like, your dog is so cute. I'm like 7 years old. I'm like, this is the cutest dog. I'm like, oh my God, I love your dog. I wish I could have your dog. Your dog's so cute. And they're like, actually, these two dogs don't get along. And like, we've had the Chihuahua for longer. So like, if you want the dog, like, you can just pay for the leash and the dog's free. And so I was like, Dad, can we have the dog? And he's like, a deal's a deal. $5.
Yeah.
Can't pass up that.
It's a good deal. He's got all his shots. $5.
Yeah. So we got Sandy and had her for so long. And she was the best dog ever. Almost got hit by a car once in Long Beach. That was traumatic, but she survived. She was
I don't know what Mr. Cat does out there, but I want to say he's probably been hit. There's a raccoon trap next door, and he's just digging his nose in it. I'm like, hey, fool, come on, man. My wire cutters don't work, you know?
I want a possum.
Those are really ugly.
I like possums.
Those are really ugly.
They're so cute.
They're cute as a baby.
They're so cute. They're so cute. We had possums in our backyard, and so we set up like cages to trap them and bring them to wherever you bring possums. And we trapped a little baby, and I was like, Dad, can we just keep it for a little bit? So it just like sat in this cage outside of my window. I named her Wendy.
You could domesticate anything.
I wanted to.
You see those memes, that one lady that is just holding that raccoon that is like 3 times the size as Mr. Cat? You're like, lady, like that. Raccoons are so cute. They got little banded eyes, and they wash their food. They just get a bad rap because they go through your trash.
That's how I feel about possums.
Yeah, those just seem like giant rats to me.
I like them.
But the babies are cute as shit.
They're so cute.
I need to open up an animal rescue or something.
You should.
And I got to do good deeds. We all got to do, maybe me a little bit more than the rest of y'all, but got to clean the slate.
I do good deeds.
I do good deeds now, but the first half of my life is what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Sorry about that, God. Let me just let me sweep this old lady's porch real quick.
I remember some friends were giving me shit because I was in downtown LA and I was really fiending for a cigarette. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was just roaming the streets, and I was like, I didn't have any vape or cig or my nicotine fix, and I was just
pushed down an old man and stole his cigarettes?
No, I was just walking around and I saw this older homeless dude smoking a cigarette, and I went up to him. I was like, hey man, how are you? And we were chopping it up, and I was like, do you happen to have another cigarette? And he was like, yeah. So I bummed a cigarette off this homeless guy.
You bummed a cigarette off a bum. You can say it.
Yeah.
You can say it.
And I got a cigarette, and we were chatting, and I was like, all right, thanks man, have a good one. And I told my friend, and they were like, why would you take a cigarette off a homeless guy? He was
happy to have the company.
Exactly. And I said, when's the last time you've talked to a homeless dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
I made eye contact. We talked. We shared a moment.
You're like, I stole $3 out of his money cup, but
yeah.
That's another story.
I'm like, why wouldn't I treat him like a regular? He's a regular dude. He just doesn't have a home.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, sir. I'm not going to make eye contact. I'm going to walk past you and ignore you. No, if I
most of the time they just want a conversation.
Yeah. I remember one time I was sitting in WeHo, and I was just kind of like kicking it outside of the shop. It was late at night, and I'm just sitting there kind of like, I honestly looked like somewhat homeless. I feel like I always look somewhat homeless. And I was sitting there for a while, just posted up. And I remember people just kept walking by me. Not that I had like any sign up or something. I was just kind of sitting there. And I remember how shitty it felt to have so many people walk by you and not acknowledge you.
Yeah, I've had a few homeless incidents. One time I was locked out of my house and I spent the night in a coffee shop, 24 hours. And then like someone was about to ask me for money, and then like another person stopped them like, nah, he homeless too. And I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, well, tonight I am. And then another time I was sitting on the curb in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard, outside Second City, Second City, just eating watermelon because it was hot as fuck, and it was cold watermelon, was so delicious, sitting Indian style on Hollywood Boulevard. Yes. And then some dude asked me if I was smoking at this time, and he's like, you want to buy some kush? I was like, no, bro, I got some. And then he asked me for heroin. And I tried to make that into the bit. I've talked about it, but I just think that's so funny. You try to sell me weed and then buy heroin off me. I was sitting Indian style, you know, on the Hollywood Boulevard, which is heroin block. Anyways, yeah, that happened, and then I don't know, a third, but it's been a couple.
I remember I was in Ireland, and I did not have a good experience over there. I think it's because I just didn't do it right. I was in London doing shows, and I was having so much fun. And I booked this trip to Ireland because I'm like, I'm going to connect with my heritage. And I was having so much fun in London that it felt like I put myself in timeout by going to Ireland. Like, it just, like, canceled any fun I was having. I also went there during St. Patrick's Day, which is not a good time.
Sober, too?
Sober.
Oh yeah, that's not the place.
Even if I was drunk, I would have had a miserable time. But I was over there, and I remember it's weird. The airport in Ireland is like, they have all these pictures of red-haired people in the airport, and so I took a video of it, and I'm like, this is so funny. They're just like, we know what we are.
Yeah.
And there was this one little freckled red-headed kid in the airport, like the picture of him, and I'm like, this is so funny. So I took the picture, I posted it, and then I'm in Ireland, St. Patrick's Day. I'm leaving the next day, but I didn't have a place to stay. All the hostels were booked up. So I don't have a place to stay, so I go to this 24-hour internet cafe. I'm kicking it in there, and there's a group of these, like, 17-year-old boys who had just gotten back from a rave, and they're all fucked up, and they're sweaty, and they're waiting for, like, to sober up to go home. And I'm kicking it, and I'm, like, talking to them, and one of the kids is like, I don't know how it came up, but I'm like, yeah, it's so crazy. You look familiar. Like, I don't know why. And they're like, oh, this dude's a celebrity out here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're Ed Sheeran. Like, what, you know?
Yeah.
You know, who are you? And he's like, they were joking. They were like, no, he's just in the airport. And I'm like, you're the freckled kid in the airport. And I showed him the video I took.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's me.
And he was ashamed of it?
Yeah.
Be proud of it, freckle face.
But it was just one of those weird moments where I'm like so delirious. Like, I feel almost as fucked up as these kids because I'm just up waiting to leave.
That's the worst. I did that at JFL too. I remember I was like, I don't need a hotel. I'll just stay up. I have an early flight. Miserable. Any amount of, okay, here's the lesson right here. Any amount of sleep is better than no sleep.
Yep. Get the hotel room.
Get the fucking
It's
hotel.
worth it.
Eat the $100-$200 for 4 hours of sleep. It's fucking worth
so
it.
worth it.
I'm sitting in the couch in the lobby, and everyone's going to their flights and partying and this and that, and I'm just sitting there with my luggage, just with my hat down over my head.
It's so painful.
It's so painful. It's so painful. Something about just the little four walls and a bed. It's just a sanctuary. Oh, it's miserable.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs anymore, so I can't, like, I get it. If I'm drinking and partying and go straight, that's different. But then you miss your flights. I've done that a time or two. Yeah, it was awful. And then it was the only big loungy couch was right by the elevator, so everyone just, hey, what do you eat?
You feel like a voyeur into
yeah.
people's lives, and you're like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. Like, everyone is doing things and going places, and they
Yeah.
know what they're doing, and you're just, like, waiting and in this weird purgatory of life.
And also, like, I even though, like, I'm homies with so many comics, I just feel weird, like, hey, can I come sleep on your floor? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm fucking 36. You can't ask that anymore. Although I did sleep on Chappelle Lacey's floor. Because he's back
When? Where?
at JFL the first night. So they give you, like, 2 nights of hotel and for the showcase. And then I was like, I'll fly in a day early and I'll stay a day late. And then I'm a dumb fuck and truly just forgot, like, I don't have a place to stay. And then it's back to the full circle, like, someone being easy and the kindest dude and just happy to be around. I was like, yo, Chappelle, can I sleep on your floor just tonight? I get my room tomorrow. And he's like, yeah. So I slept in his hotel, but then he flew home. And then I actually forgot that I didn't have a hotel the last night, and I'm leaving. And some comics, Brad Davis Silnesser, he was checking out. He's like, oh, you staying an extra night? And I go, yeah. He's like, oh, you got a hotel? Because everything's sold out. And I was like, no, I don't. And I was ready to hit the town. Like when you hit the town there, you're gone for 12 hours. It's just a festival. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I ran upstairs and I just packed up my shit and just checked it in the lobby. Like, hey, can you hold my luggage? Came back at like 4 a.m. and just sat on a couch till like 7 a.m.
That's rough.
It was rough. It was rough. But truly, like, I didn't even... Like, shit like that doesn't register. I don't know. I got to work on that. But if I didn't see Brad, I would have just left. And they would have packed my shit up for me and just put it in a closet and been like, oh, sorry. Forgot about that. Forgot about the old checkout time.
I feel like sometimes I'm too much the opposite now at this point. Like, I used to be like that, like super loosey-goosey, and then I'm like always stressed and always like, how am I gonna do the next thing and whatever. And now I feel like I'm too aware, and I'm like too like I'll be thinking about it for too long. Like, okay, I'm checking in at this time, like I should leave at this time, and then I have to be there by this time, and then I'll I'm too consumed in the planning. And
I'm both now. Like this moving in, he saw my old apartment. Everything had a place. The cat comb had a hook. The lint roller had a hook. When I moved in here, I was like, even though I have more space, I was like, I don't know what to put where. And I just would like leave food out. Cause I'm like, I give up, I don't know. It's weird, but I need order, man. But then I'll like plan everything. And then I'll just forget and be like, oh, forgot to book a hotel. What do you mean? You have no place to sleep tonight.
It's fun. I went to Vegas like 3 weeks ago, and it was so fun because I had been planning to go, but we were just kind of like going with the flow. So like we had nowhere to stay, So it's like the first night we just ended up in the Mojave, checked into we were like looking up motels, checked into a Best Western, and then the next day we went to Vegas, and then we were like, where should we stay?
Sometimes that's fun and it could turn into the best adventure ever. And then other times it's just a nightmare. And you're like, what did I do?
This one ended up working out where it's like every night we stayed at a different place and it all worked out and was like super fun.
Some of those little I'm so old. I'm 36, but my dad loves gambling. So I would go from literally the time I was in my mother's womb till now. We'd go 2, 3 times, 4 times a year. That was just... But we loved it because they have pools and arcades.
So fun as a kid.
I got to experience a little bit of old Vegas, like all the shit that they imploded and
like Fremont Street.
Like Fremont, but like some of the old. I don't know about Sands, but like Stardust or whatever. Like all the shit that the wind bulldozed to build wind towers, like the shit that was there before, Imperial Palace and.
Did you ever stay at the New Orleans?
I have many of times, yeah. I love that one. They got a movie theater, a bowling alley, a kids...
they had the best... I don't know. The last time and the only time I went, my dad was like, girls... He would always take me and my sisters on like these random vacations, but there was always some like ulterior motive that we didn't know about. Yeah. He was like, my friend, he got us this deal. It's a really great hotel, beautiful on the strip. Like he was like really selling it to us. We pull up to the New Orleans, which is not on the strip.
Not at all.
And it's not a nice hotel. Like it's not bad, but it's not like the way that he was selling it. We thought it was going to be like glamorous, and it was not. But they had the best hot dogs that they would sell like in the casino. Yeah. Just like randomly, they had like hot dog vendors. It was like $5 hot dogs, or maybe even like $2 hot dogs.
Vegas has the best fucking hot dogs.
But it was the best hot dogs, and we just ate that the whole trip. It was the best. It ended up being the best trip of my life.
The Orleans is good. Like I'm Mexican, but we'll have like 4 or 5 hotel rooms and roll like 18, 20 people deep. And that shit is good because we always got kids around, so they have like a kid zone. You just drop your kids off.
Yeah, they had like rock climbing for kids. They had like a whole playground.
And then you go gamble, and then they got bowling alley, movie theater. So it's very family. But if you're not family, it's the worst hotel because it's like go to the Cosmo and have some fun and
I remember
be trendy and all that shit.
I think Moulin Rouge had just came out.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I was too young.
The cartoon or live action?
No, the one with like Christina Aguilera. Voulez-vous coucher à mes voir?
Oh, I'm thinking of Mulan. Yeah. That's a good movie.
Yeah. So we saw Moulin
Oopsie.
Rouge, and I'm like 7, and I was like, this movie blows. And I remember walking out crying, being like, I don't want to see this movie.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas.
It's not a movie for a 7-year-old.
No.
Yeah.
But I was like the youngest. My sisters are 7 and 5 years older than me, and I was just like,
I'm
this
the youngest
sucks.
too. And then also my dad's gnarly, and I'd be
Same.
7 and just watching Deliverance. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Dad,
Yeah.
this is weird, man. I don't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching the worst movies. So many. That one with fucking Jodie Foster.
Pettigrew.
No,
Oh.
the one on the pinball machine.
Oh.
It's about.
Oh, they
the
have the
rape
rape
one?
scene.
I
I saw that as a little kid.
That's
I was
messed
like,
up.
People Under the Stairs traumatized me. Pet Cemetery traumatized
Yeah,
me.
my sisters
Menace
made me
to
watch-
Society.
My sisters made me watch The Ring.
Drugstore Cowboy.
Freaked me out.
Watch Drugstore Cowboy when you're 8 years old and see if you're not drawn to the needle, huh? Jesus Christ. Motherfuckers. And, I mean, whatever.
I know I'm getting old because my knees hurt just from sitting.
Yeah, they do hurt.
What the hell? This is messed up.
I'm all rickety crickety. I gotta do yoga and eat alkaline diet. Oh, it's so annoying.
I have to do a
Cheeseburger.
boric acid in my coochie this week.
Nice. Why? You got yeasties?
No yeast. This is just
Bacteria vaginosis?
yeah, the old BV. It
The
just
old BV.
it loves me, that stuff.
I've
My
dated
vagina-
many women that struggle with that. It's
It
like,
just-
just the wind goes by and they get BV. I'm like,
Yes, it's so messed up.
yeah, it's fucked.
It's not fair. And it's one of those things where it's like you don't have to treat it. It's just like annoying.
Yeah.
Because like I don't notice it. I just happen to go get my coochie checked. And they're like, you have BV. And I'm like, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I wake
Yeah,
up. I wake up with the
yeah.
old BV, you know? And so I'm going to try a new thing. Boric acid in the old poochie doochie.
Yeah.
And
You put yogurt in there. That's for yeast, though.
I'm not earthy enough to be putting
You put garlic
food
cloves
in
in there.
I know. I've read all these things.
You will have a garlic pussy.
Yeah, I can't do that right now. Unless I'm dating a vampire
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get some time off. I'm not
No
putting
way.
garlic in my cooch.
Gucci.
But I'm excited to throw something up there new.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's used to the old tampon and dickaroni.
Dickaroony.
The
The
occasional.
old finger.
Yeah.
The old clean finger.
But it's serious because boric acid is like you can't like if you ingest it, it's bad. It's bad. But apparently if you ingest it through your
Maybe you better
vagina.
dilute it a little bit. I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
I'm scared but excited.
Where do you get boric acid?
They have
You mean
supposi-
borax?
Maybe that's what. No,
No,
boric
borax.
acid.
It's like a
Borax is
soap.
for
It's all
cleaning, yeah.
natural. It's a mind.
But they have like suppositories that you can just buy at like Target, or you just
Yeah, there's all sorts of suppositories. I told you I put an anti-nausea suppository in my booty hole.
How did you insert it? Just finger?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, 'cause I think the
fishing
one-
pole.
Well, I think the ones at Target they like give you an applicator to put it
no,
in.
just fucking shove it in, dude.
I
It's a
don't
little
know.
bullet. It's a little bullet.
Vaginas are confusing. There's so many different like it's like a choose your own adventure. It's
Oh,
like a
yeah,
water park
you
where
got-
there's different slides.
Yeah, butthole just got one.
Yeah. It's confusing
That
down there.
suppository saved my life. I had a food poisoning from a rotten hot dog at a golf course when I was like 20. And I couldn't eat hot dogs for like 8 years.
That
It
would never
traumatized
happen
me.
at the New Orleans hotel.
No, it wouldn't. They rotate. They
Yeah.
sell. They sell. Anyways, I thought I was going to die, and I was about this close to going to the emergency room, and then my mom was like, put this bullet up your ass. It'll stop. And then it did. I was like within 30 minutes, I was a different human being.
Wow.
It was crazy.
What was it that you put up there?
Anti-nausea suppository. My grandmother had them because she was old and passing on to the next world, and they gave them to her because she gave anti-nausea pills. She just throw up. So they gave her these little bullets. Saved my life, dude. And it's weird. You put it up there, you clench your butt cheeks, and it shoots up like a rocket. And you're like,
Whoa.
wow, I'm gay now. No, and yeah, it's just
That's
it
fun.
made me stop I was literally the whole pissing out my butthole on the toilet and puking in the trash can, just dying, crawling, pale, white like a ghost. My family was like, "Oh, you should go to the hospital, man. And we're about to take you." And then my mom was like, "Try this." And then real quick, I was like, "Oh." I think I could drink some water. If you ever been that sick, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You drink water. Bleh.
I had to get a colonoscopy in high school, and they make you drink like a liquid laxative. And it was so fun because you're just like, it feels like a drug experience where you're like, when's it gonna kick in?
Yeah.
Like, when's it gonna kick in? You're just waiting until you have to like run to the bathroom, and then it finally happens, and it's just coming out.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a controlled like, it's not like you're sick and you're like, this sucks. It's like you're excited for it, kind of. And it's just coming out, and it's like, wow, it's crazy that people there's just things out there that cause your body to act differently.
My dad had to do a colonoscopy. Fuck. And he did that shit, but he squirted on his friend's car seat. And it was just like, you're going to have to deal with that.
That sucks.
I'm too old and too sick. I got to go in.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
just tell you, they're like, do not have any plans.
Yeah.
So I was just at
Stay
home.
near a toilet.
It was so fun. I kind of want to do it for fun. Just to kill time. Get it all out.
It's good. It's
And
good
then you
to
get
get
to
it all
see
out.
and then you get to see the pictures of the inside of your booty. And that's so cool.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you do. It's really cool.
I've bent over and spread my cheeks in front of the mirror. I'm good. I don't want to look again. You got to just look once or twice, you know. How's the old Texas red eye doing?
I do it
Oh.
often after showers.
Well, you're a girl. Guys don't really want to see their hairy asshole unless
Yeah.
they're into other guys, you know.
Guys' buttholes are so hairy.
I
I
am
mean,
not-
so are
I am-
girls,
but-
but
Look at this. I'm not hairy at all. Not hairy. I got 4 hairs on my chest. Butthole, woolly mammoth down there. What
common.
the fuck?
very common.
Why?
It just all goes there.
It all goes there. I don't have hairy legs. I'm butthole. Okay, Chewbacca. I'm sorry. I gotta pee so bad. Can
Go
we take
pee.
a 2-second
Yeah.
break? Pee break. Do you have to go pee?
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold it.
Okay. Oh,
Maybe. No, I'm gonna hold it.
okay. We don't have too much longer. We hit an hour, but we're flowing. What else?
flowing.
What else do we talk about? Now that I come back from a pee, I got nothing. I got nothing. Do I have any questions? I never have any questions.
Do you only do comedians on this?
Yeah, so far. Oh, my sisters and mother one time, right?
Oh, cute. Did
Yeah.
everyone like that episode?
Yeah, that my mom's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get them back. It's hard to get them. Now I'm local. They'll come back.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my aunt and my Aunt Norma and my mom. Dude, my Aunt Norma got kicked out of the convent. She was trying to be a nun. And then we're like, you got kicked out? And she's like, yeah. And we're like, why? She's like, I wanted to see the nuns' underwear. Like, what do they wear under there? You know? And we're like, what? And like, she's telling the truth. Like, they keep getting kicked out of funerals because they laugh.
Oh my God,
Because-
I love that.
Yeah, so I want them to come on and tell their story.
Yeah, why do funerals have to be so depressing?
Yeah.
Lighten it up a little bit,
Yeah.
folks.
One time they were laughing so hard that everyone was like consoling them because they thought they were crying,
Oh
like
my
convulsive
God.
crying, and they were like, "Oh, you're laughing! You're a monster!"
Yeah. I remember going to my grandpa's funeral when I was really little, and I was just so uncomfortable because I'm young. I don't really understand. Like, I know that he's dead, but I was just like, this is such a weird
Yeah.
experience to see your family like be all sad and dark when you don't know them that way. So I got the giggles so bad, and I kept looking at my sister and being like,
It's funny, man.
And
I mean,
then-
it's not funny, but it's a funny way to deal with shit.
yeah. I got the giggles so bad.
It's okay. It's
It was
natural.
it was hilarious. My dad was crying so hard, and I've only seen my dad cry 2 times. Once was at his dad's funeral, which I also was giggling at. And the way that my dad cries is so funny because he never cries when he does. It's like,
Yeah.
and he's just like this big dude. And so I just like can't.
I met your dad.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
And then he cried after watching The Notebook, and he was crying so hard that me and my sisters thought that he was like joking. And so we're all cracking up, and he was like seriously like sobbing. And so we couldn't stop laughing.
My dad like won't cry either, but like for funerals or any of us or anything, like a brand new baby, your only grandson, granddaughter, but then he'll cry during a Whitney Houston ballad, and we're just like, you have 5 guns and you fish, and this is what makes you cry? That voice. And you're just like, you see him well up. We're like, all right, man. I mean, you could be proud of us, you know? I mean, not that Whitney Houston is one of the greatest singers of all time, of course, but it's just crazy. And he loves, my dad, like, is a flannel fisherman, gambling man, loves the booze, you know. He doesn't smoke anymore, but 2 packs of Marlboro Red kind of guy for 20 years. And he loves Celine Dion and Whitney Houston.
I love
He owns 4 CDs, and 2 of them are Celine Dion, and 2 of them are Whitney Houston. He doesn't buy CDs, you know what I mean? He's an AM radio kind of guy.
wanna
KNX
meet your dad.
1070.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
Yeah, your dad listened to that shit too, or
when I
what?
was
Yeah.
yeah. I love like local radio station jingles. Like I love like copying them.
Yeah.
94.7 the way.
Except she can sing.
Well, can this mic pick up my stomach grumbling?
That's the Joe Rogan mic. That's the Michael Jackson mic. Level up. Ooh. Has your life changed since doing Rogan?
No.
That sucks.
No, it's great.
Yeah, right?
It's great.
I thought I was so happy. I told you. I
Yeah.
was so happy. I was like, I couldn't even hide it. I love it when friends get shit.
I'm
When
only
Punky got
bummed.
SNL.
I'm only bummed it happened during COVID because I wish I could like really soak it in and like go out and have people be like, "Is that the?"
No,
girl
that's
who's
what
just
I
on Rogan?"
genuinely thought too. I was like, damn. I mean, it's still the best thing ever. But I was like, if you didn't get it during a pandemic, that's road dates immediately.
But honestly, I think it worked out the way it was supposed to because honestly, like, I think slow and steady is the way to go. So it's nice that it didn't like blow anything up too much because then it would just be like nonstop. And I think it's kind of fun to still have like the struggle of like selling tickets and like doing all that and putting in the work. So I think in some ways it was good that it happened when it did because I get to kind of just keep doing my like grimy.
Slow and steady. If you get shit too quick in this business, you fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You're not ready. Even though you're going to be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's a process. It's a long game.
Yeah. But I was
Did
just...
he move to Texas yet? He's there
He's in
officially?
Texas, yeah.
Wow.
But I was just hosting this event for the hundreds, and it was like a drive-in event, and they had me host it. And so when people were driving in, I had a megaphone and a golf cart, and I was just like yelling at everyone and saying crazy stuff. And I realized David Cho was there, who was on Rogan like a couple weeks after me, and I'm like so fascinated by him and think he's so cool. And he's like a quiet, like humble, like low-key dude. And I see him, and I'm just like being so like I'm just the opposite of David Cho, and I'm like yelling at people, being so annoying.
Yeah.
And he like rolls up his windows, and I'm like, dude, he hates me. And like I wanted to like really connect with him and like get to know him and be like, we were just on Rogan, you know?
Did he say what's up?
Well, no. So I'm like all nervous. I'm like, damn. Like his first impression of me is like, this girl's so loud. And
You're like, no, this is what I'm getting paid to do. It's the job. They hired me to.
Oh, my stomach is grumbling, so I hope that this catches it because it's like impressive. But so he rolls up his window. I'm like, damn, I just blew this chance to like meet him and like be on like a cool first impression basis. And I'm telling Bobby, who's like
Bobby Hundreds. I was about to say, do you know him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm talking to Bobby, and I'm like, dude, David Cho is here. That's crazy. And he's like, oh yeah, like I'll introduce you guys. And I'm like, no, he hates me. Meanwhile, I have no idea what this fool thinks of me, but in my head, I'm like, he hates me.
Yeah.
And Bobby's like, come here. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, David, this is Allie. Like, and he's like, by the way, like, David thinks you're really funny. And I'm like, no, he's not. Like, you're just trying to, like, hype me up. So I'm, like, not in my head. And he's like, no, seriously, he thinks you're funny. We go up there. He's like, David, don't you think she's funny? And I'm like,
Oh,
my God.
no. Why
He
you
was
got to
like-
do that?
He was like, yeah, you were super funny. Like, that was so awesome. Like, and then we started talking, and he was so cool. But I was just so in my head at first. But we were talking about, you know, Rogan. We were talking about, I want one of his shirts, like the one that he gave Rogan. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should give me a shirt, but I will wear it.
I'll
all
wear
the
it every day of
time.
my
Yeah.
life. I never wash it, never take it
But
off.
I just had Bobby on the podcast.
Bobby Hundreds?
Bobby Hundreds.
Fuck yeah, dude. I follow him on Instagram.
That's great.
I used to, when I was a pillhead, I knew a guy that worked at his warehouse, the Hundreds in downtown LA. And I used to trade him pills and just go in and steal and fill up a duffel
Oh my
bag
God.
of gear.
That's so
So thanks,
funny.
Bobby Hundreds. I appreciate you. Don't hire junkies next time because we get in cahoots. I got a gang of free shit. That shit was dope. So much so that some of it I couldn't even, I'd get like 2 of one and I'd sell it later to PJ when I was really broke at Trader
yeah.
Joe's. Like, yo, man, I got this brand new hoodie, man, $20, dude. And I'd be slanging his shit. I have a gig in Texas, in Austin.
When?
November 5th. I just got it.
I
A
wanna
one-nighter. All right.
I think I'm going to go to Florida this month and just do my own shows.
You
At
could
like
go.
random bar venues.
They're not going to pay me to fly someone out, but
Yeah, no, I think I'm just going to start booking some of my own shows at like random spots.
if you want to go, you can open the show for sure.
Okay,
Okay.
down.
Down.
I'll see
There
you
it
in
is.
Texas.
All right. Yeah, I'm nervous. It's just cool. It's just cool. I got a one-nighter. They're like, it's just a flat fee, and they're like, you book the hotel, you book the flight, you do everything. And I was like, all right. At the
Sounds
Vulcan in
I've never heard
Austin?
of it. I've never been to Austin.
I've never been to Austin either.
My uncle lives in Dallas, so I've only been to like Dallas, and that's it.
I've done, that's dope. So we're doing Utah and Texas. It's exciting.
Yeah, I can do it. I was about to say I think I'm gonna be out of town, but I'm not.
November 5th. Maybe we'll line some other gigs up on the way. Or I don't even know. I always say that, and then you reach out, and then nobody responds. You're like, I just feel like an asshole now. I was like, hey, I'll be in New York. I'm here for 3 nights. Anybody know of any spots? No. No, they don't. And then fans say, when do you perform in New York? I'm like, I'm trying. I got 1 spot at Gotham, and it was 7 minutes, and it was from my management. And I got to go up before Jim Gaffigan. And I didn't do that well. It
It's
was a
different.
tough crowd.
Yeah.
He didn't even do that well. Gotham was hard.
I've never done Gotham.
I did it for 7 minutes, and I was sweating.
When you get off stage and you're like, that felt like 7 hours.
Yeah. And then I did this other little bar show, and that was fun. And then I did this other little bar show that I just literally just was hanging out, was like, hey, I'm from LA. Can I hop on last? And they threw me on. They were just cool. And that was the funnest one. That shit was awesome.
It's always like the most random ones.
Yeah,
like,
this fool Marcelo. I met you once. I'll never forget you, bro. Thank you. Just threw me on. He's like, all right, everybody, we have one more. You guys got one more in you. And then there was a late night. I love that late night.
Yeah.
Little brick room, little dirty bar show. Fucking awesome. Yeah, 3 spots in New York. Anyways, that's just dope. Wow, we're going to Utah and Texas. This
I'm
is
excited
exciting.
for Utah.
Utah's gonna be crazy. I think that's it. We got one more thing in the chamber, but anything else you wanna? That shit's so dope. Wait a minute. The Rogan shit, I know I keep talking about it. I'm just fascinated with it. I
what?
was so happy. You went down the comment rabbit hole, didn't you?
Oh, of course.
Of course. I don't even know who told me. They're like, she read the comments. I was like, why would you do that?
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't like doing too much of a deep dive. I just wanted like to see like initially what was happening, and for the most part, like the top. I mean, if you really want to emotionally cut yourself, just go to newest comments, and that's where like the dark shit is. But I went to top comments, and they were all mostly like positive and super funny, and like people were like roasting me in like a funny way, not in like a I hate you, you suck type of way. It was like she sounds like she snowboards, stuff like that, where I'm like,
Yeah,
that's funny. Like I
that's
like
funny. I
love that stuff.
Yeah.
So I read like those comments, and they were all like mostly positive, which I wasn't scared to do Rogan's podcast. I was scared to like just have it be out there for so many people to listen to. Like that was the scary part. It wasn't like doing it. It was like the fact that anyone could form an opinion about me after that. That was the scary part, but it was like overwhelmingly like positive for the most part.
Yeah.
Of course there are negative comments,
Yeah.
but like for the way that I thought that it was going to go down in terms of comments, it was like so much better than I anticipated. So it was really funny and
Nice.
cool.
This guy, my neighbor, vacuums
Oh, is that what that is?
every day, sometimes twice a day. I'm like, dog, what kind of OCD shit you got up there, man?
Maybe he has an animal shelter up there.
Yeah, hiding. It's Ace Ventura. You know, he does the whistle. They all come out. Yeah, no, I went down some YouTube rabbit hole. Comment rabbit holes when the Laugh Factory posted my shit. And it's crazy because like 8 out of 10 will be positive. Oh, you're funny, blah, blah, blah. And then the 2 that aren't, you're like, I start battling them. Fuck you, man. You weren't there. You don't know what happened,
Yeah.
you know? And you're just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It's overwhelmingly good shit. Why do we focus on the fucking negative? It's our whole culture. It's the whole clickbait news, the news in general. It's like, if you just show the hero of the day, that guy saved a cat from a fire. Why don't you? No, they show the cat on fire. Those fucking bastards. Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Why?
I stopped checking. Like, I stopped like giving in because there was a time where I would like respond to people, and then I'm like, I don't need to prove myself to anyone or like
Yeah.
to have them change their opinion about me. Like, if anything, I enjoy that people don't all feel the same about me, and that it kind of causes controversy in the comments. When I notice like someone has a negative comment, and then I see it's like 4 more comments, tap to see, and then there's people being like, no, she actually said this and it implied
I love that
I'm
shit.
like,
I love
I like that there's like intermingling within the comments.
them policing themselves. No, that's not what they said.
Yeah.
I already talked about it, but a Facebook account stole my meme or cropped my name off it, stole
yeah.
it. And they have like 2 or 3 million, like a lot, millions of followers. And then I was like, yo, thanks for tagging me in this, you fucks or whatever. And then people were talking shit at me. And I'm just trying to explain it. I'm like, no, it's very simple. They keep my name in it. They make money. I make money. They chop my name off. They make money. I don't make money.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not necessary. And then you explain that, and then they just like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
God
then,
forbid you want money.
yeah. And then people think just because you perform at the Laugh Factory in the Comedy Store, you're rich. You're like, oh, I wish.
Yeah.
That was $20, motherfucker. And then, but a lot of the people were like, no, this is why it's wrong. Like, this is theft of intellectual property and a simple tag. And the trolls don't want to hear it.
No.
They were calling me Kanye West and go eat fish dicks. I was like, I like fish sticks. I like fish dicks. I don't give a fuck. Just tag me in the motherfucking shit. And it's just people, the trolls, they don't want to hear it. They're just in darkness, you know.
Yeah.
They just need love, to be honest, is the bottom line. But the other people policing them was actually quite cool. I was like, thank you. There is an army of people who get it,
Yeah.
and who, it's like everybody can win. I don't think people realize that enough. It's like, hey, there is win-win scenarios.
Yeah.
It's they share my shit and tag me in it. I get followers and ticket sales to live shows, which is all I give a fuck about. And they keep the viral shit going. And it's synergy, baby. Okay, enough about that. Anyways, we got to get to the nitty gritty. I wore my fancy socks. You like that?
Ooh.
TJ Maxx
I
special.
wore my cheap socks.
Dude, TJ Maxx, discount stores, the shit, dude. You get
Yeah.
everything there. So cheap.
Yeah.
We finished my show with a good pooping of the pants story where you diarrheaed on a boyfriend on your first date. First date boyfriend, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Just a real embarrassing as a wedding night or wedding. Anything you diarrheaed in high school and you sprayed the walls at the cheerleading camp. Some good.
Okay, so I opened my Rogan episode with a
I
pooping
saw
my
that.
pants story.
I saw that.
So I don't want to repeat the
Yeah,
same
you
story.
got another one.
The highlight of it is just
Chipotle.
that I thought that I was going to fart. It's the classic, you think you're going to fart. It ends up coming out watery poop and, you ruin your college couch. But this isn't like a pooping my pants story. That's just an embarrassing poop story. I was at Jewish sleepaway camp and I had really bad hemorrhoids at the time because I don't know. I think I was just like eating some.
You get hemorrhoids at that young of an age?
Yeah, because I think I was like really lactose intolerant at that time, and I was just like eating like a lot of bad food. Like when you're in like middle school, you're not
you just
eating
eat flaming
good
hot
food.
Cheetos and top ramen.
Yeah, so I was just eating like the
Bad.
worst shit, and I was always like really constipated. So I would just take these like crazy painful dumps and like just be straining so hard. Like I had hernia surgery at age. In like 5th grade because I would strain
Damn,
so
girl.
hard
Mix
going
in
poop.
some broccoli over there.
Yeah.
I'm one to talk.
I mean, now
same
I'm
thing. Same
now
thing
I'm
over here.
good, but
Yeah.
I would strain so hard. I had a hernia. I had to get hernia surgery, and then I had hemorrhoids. And so when I would poop, I would always bleed. Like I always had bloody poops, and it wasn't all the time, but it would act up at certain points. And I was at this sleepaway camp, and it's embarrassing. You're like around friends. You feel like you're grown up because you're away from home and you're just
Why
having
is
the best
pooping
time.
in front of friends at a young age the most mortifying
Traumatic.
experience on earth?
Yeah.
I talk about farts and poops. I think it's the funniest shit on earth. It's literally a segment in my podcast. I don't give a fuck now. As a kid, oh my God, I'd hold it the whole. I ain't pooping at school. And
It's
then you're
shameful.
the pooper. Then you're the fucking, and they throw a little wet toilet paper at you when you're pooping. Boys, I don't know. Girls
They
do
didn't
that?
do that.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
But I
Go
was
ahead.
really constipated and I had really bad hemorrhoids and I was just bleeding out of my butt. And I remember writing a letter to my mom because I didn't want to tell anyone about this. This is so embarrassing.
still
and
have this
shameful.
letter?
No, I wish. I mean, maybe my
Dear
mom does. She keeps the weirdest
My
stuff.
booty is bleeding real bad. What
Yeah.
kind of camp is this?
I hand wrote a letter saying like, the old hemis are acting up again. I'm bleeding. Like, you need to pick me up. Like, I can't poop and it's all bad. And I guess she told the counselor. So I got called into the counselor's office who like sat me down and was like, I also have hemorrhoids. And I'm like, I don't want to know about
Yeah.
your old people hemorrhoids. She's like, I named them because it makes me feel, I was like, this
I'm
is
not
so
4
bad.
years old. What are we?
Yeah. I'm like,
This
just
is Elvira. This
Yeah.
is Muck Dip.
I was like, just give me a laxative and let me go. It was so embarrassing. And that's my only other poop story.
That's embarrassing. Also, I'm laughing at myself because the hemorrhoid names I riffed were Elvira and Muck Dip. I gotta get better at riffing.
That should be the name of your new kitten.
Muck Dip?
Yeah.
I don't think she'll like that. It's meow. Yeah, hemorrhoids are the worst. I got my first hemorrhoid at like 34, and I thought I was going to die. I was like, oh, so that's what those are. No wonder. Those Preparation H commercials,
I haven't had any adult hemorrhoids, thank God.
I've had 2 as an adult, and they're brutal, man. You can't sit down. You can sit down. It just hurts. Walking hurts. And I guess you could just shove them back in your butthole, but I didn't touch it unless I was putting ointment on it. Oh, man. And then you got this swampy ass. You got that wet Vaseline ass. And you're just like, oh, man. And then you get grease all over your nice chonies,
Yeah, no silk underwear when you
Yeah.
have.
We're dark
A
colors
flare
that week.
Yeah.
Greasing up the old hemorrhoid. We're We're black, gray,
Navy blue.
navy blue's good. Navy blue's great. They're like, no, that's that navy blue camouflage. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what those oil slicks are. Well, I guess that's it. You got anything you want to plug? Check out her podcast, Resting Bitch Pod, right? And then dates coming up. She'll be with me in Texas November 5th
Hopefully.
and in Utah. What do you mean, hopefully?
I think it'll work. I just need to.
Oh, you got to
double
check your schedule.
check. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I was like, it's booked. And then whatever dates, check your shit out.
Yeah, AllieMacofsky.com.
We'll
I
tag
post
you in the shit.
pretty much everything on Instagram at @NotAllieMac.
Nice. Ally Mac, I watched that as a kid. Great show.
Alex Mac.
Oh, yeah. You branded it so much that, yeah, The Secret World of Alex Mack.
I never watched it. I never even knew about it until I started comedy, and people were like, "Oh, your name's like that one show." I was like, "Who the fuck is this Alex Mack?"
Well, you're more relevant now, so it's all good. But it's nostalgic. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Check it out.
Okay.
It probably sucks and didn't hold up the time. But when you're a teenager in the 90s and she turned into liquid, come on, man. It's an X-Men shit. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you. Liking and subscribing. Did I say that right? I didn't. Please, fuck it. Don't do it. I'm out of here. I love you all. Peace. Ali Macofsky. Adios.
Bye.
And now for my ad reads that aren't ad reads at all. One guy gave me free stickers. The other is a tequila that Venmos me money every so often. That's the truth. Sticker Supreme, thank you for the dope stickers and the dope artists at Curls Jr. and at Bubba TX and at Sticker Supreme. We tag them in everything. Thank you to... wait, did I do that right?
Oh, we'll cut it up.
Cut it up. All right.
Just we can't put the tequila ad on YouTube. That's why there's always cuts. If anybody's wondering.
Yeah, that's why you're wondering. Now you know. Thank you to myself and Mark Acomb for Comedy Showcase app. I forgot. Oh, I'm tired, guys.
Do you know the third guy's name?
Have I said it before?
Yeah.
What was it?
No, wait. I mean,
I know Mark's name. It's my dad's brother. Andrew.
it's his cousin?
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. All right.
Yeah, man. Just get the fucking app, dude. Subscription based right now. All subscription goes to the talent, goes to the comics. Imagine if Comedy Central do that. There'd be a lot less suicidal comedians. Let me tell you. Anyways, yeah, it's on iPhone only, and you get a new clip every weekday. And if you like stand-up and supporting stand-up comics that are not rich yet, this is for you. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. Go buy donuts, coffee, dinner with your mama. Do what you got to do. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and share and do all that shit. And if you don't, go fuck yourself. No. If you don't, I mean, I get it. I don't do that shit. Whenever they ask me to do that, I'm like, annoying. But, it helps, man. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll see you later. Go fuck yourself. No, why am I being so aggressive right
It's
now?
100 episodes.
It's 100 episodes. Happy birthday. Community service. I love you all. Peace, love, happiness. Darkness is upon us. Anyways, I'm going to go in the ocean because I need to reset my shit, man. I live right here. I still get angry. Go figure. Well, I hope you listen to the end of this because we had some silly fun at the end of me just cussing at my fans. I'm sorry, and I love you. Yin and yang, salt is sweet. Tupac. Duality, You got to have a little both. Too much shit, you're corny like Ned Flanders. Too much Homer, you're just choking Bart out all the time. Too dark. Got it in between. Little abuse. Okay, bye-bye.